Hi, this is Mandy from SunflowersAndDors. Welcome back to my channel. Okay, so today I'm going to, sorry, my desk, I don't even know why I apologise anymore. You must be used to it, but yeah, again, another messy desk. And only because I just film in between kind of projects when I've got 5, so yeah. Anyway, back to, hello. Nice to see you again. If you are a returning subscriber, then, thank you so much for spending your time with me. I really do appreciate all the comments and the hints and tips and love that everybody shares. So, it's really good to have you back with me. If you're new, then welcome. Really good to have you on board. I hope you enjoy. Feel free to leave me a comment or just to say hello in the comments below. That would be really, really good. So what I'm hoping to do now is I'm hoping to use some of the masterboards that I've started to put together. I have seen so many people working on masterboards at the moment, and I figured I may as well get mine out. Now, if you haven't been following, Rachel from Rachel and Bella Craft and Rose from Junk Journals in Time have been doing some fantastic work during May on masterboards. So there's some really great ideas and examples to kind of pick up with there. I'm using some of the kits from projects that I've used previously. This one is actually from Rachel and Bella Craft, and I think this one primarily is from Nanine at Collage Type, and I've got another couple here, but I think I'm going to kind of focus on these two at the moment. Now, what everybody seems to be doing at the moment, and they're very, very brave, is they kind of turn their masterboards over and they kind of map out the tags or pockets or tucks or whatever it is that they want to kind of achieve, and they kind of draw those on the back and cut them out without seeing what is on the other side in terms of pattern. Now, as I said, I think it's very, very brave, but I'm going to have a go because some of the stuff has looked absolutely amazing. So I am going to do a couple of tags. I think is going to be one of the things I want to do. So how many is that? That's 8. So we'll do 26. So I think they're going to be pretty cool for tags. I will cut a little bit of the bottom off them. And I think I'm going to do, let's see how much room I've got here. So I've got 21, so I could do 7, 7 and 7. It's just, I don't even know how I don't even know how I manage with my craft mat, because it's bogging. Really is bogging. Okay, I think that's a little bit straight. And then we'll go up here as well. And what is that supposed to match? Perhaps it's not as straight as I thought. So go there. I will cut this little piece off there. I'm going to cut these down a little bit because they're going to be too long for tags as they are, but we'll go with that as a starting point, I think. So I'm just going to cut these, and I'm going to cut them both together. So these ones here we can use as pockets, or they can even be used as like an index journal card type thing. Just going to take those end pieces off. Okay, oh, and I also wanted to take some off the bottom of these, didn't I? No, I'm not gonna, no, stop looking. Stop looking. Okay. So let's see what we've got to play with. Don't know how much of that you can see, but we've got a fair amount here to play with. Okay, what I'm going to do next is I am going to add some gesso just to kind of neutralise some of these colours and patterns a little bit. Okay. Get my stash of wallpaper. Okay, so I'm going to stick with the 4 at the moment, the big tags, and I've just given them a fairly decent coat of gesso. I might want to give it another coat. It depends, but I possibly won't need to. And what I intend to do with this is, I don't know if you've seen on one of the mixed media projects that I did not so long ago, but I'm going to start using some distress inks, to add a little bit of colour, and then we might consider some texture pastes, and we will take it from there. So for step 1, just cut up our master boards. We've cut them up so that we've got 4 tags, large tags. We've got a couple of smaller pieces that could be used as either tags or journal cards. Stage 1, cover them with gesso, and just let them dry thoroughly before you move on to the next step. Okay, once the gesso has dried, I am going to pop these together and cut a hole. And if I can, I'm going to use a 2-inch hole punch. Actually, they're the right size that I can just do it individually. So I'm going to start off just with some of these colours. I'm going to use some inks and some water to just get some colour. Okay, so I've just given those a bit of a hand to dry, and I'm now going to use some ink. I think I might use the stays on. I'm going to go black on some and possibly brown on others. But I'm looking for quite a dramatic look. So, excuse me, I've got some stencils here that I want to use. And these are Tim Holtz. These ones are faded type CMS 397. I haven't really used much of these. I've got another one somewhere. Oh, there it is. Another one I used the other day. But yeah, I'm going to have a go with some of these in the black first. And hope that I've got enough ink on here to be able to see. And these are very, very new stencils and very, very old ink. So I'm just going to make sure. Yeah, it's better. They're not going to give you a really strong print anyway. I don't know if you can see through the state of that, but they're quite oldie and faded in their look. So, okay. So I'm going to go on the green one first, and I'm going to go over the window area like that, and I'm going to do exactly the same over this top window area. Okay, then I'm going to go with black on the lilac. And I'm going to go a little bit similar over the window area. And again, we'll do over the window area here. Okay. Right then, I'm going to finish with this stamp before I move on to the next one. So I'm gonna just get rid of a little bit more of that ink, and then we'll use the brown stays on, which is Timber Brown. I'm going to do exactly the same on the other colours, but this time with the brown ink. I think it doesn't matter where you put them, just whatever takes your fancy. I think the brown's a bit juicier than the black. Okay. Okay. And then I'm going to go for a bit of this one here, I think. And I'm just going to go for this centerpiece, but I'm not going to put quite as much ink on this. It's quite a bold colour, so I don't want quite as strong and, you know, a mark on that one. Oh well, the thought was there. Okay, and then we're going to go back to the black. I think it makes too much difference, but it is a slightly softer look. Okay, I'm going to cover a bit more of this one. Just pop that there. Okay. Just going to give these a quick wipe over, just so that I don't have to rush off and clean them. Okay. They never stay nice looking, do they, for long? I think that belongs to the black one there. Okay. So we have got... Now, I don't know whether I want any more of stamps, possibly any of these. Which I don't think I do. I think I've got enough on there. Possibly that recycled one I quite like. And I'll go with the brown. I don't think it makes much difference, to be honest, because it all looks the same, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay, now you could add some texture paste. Thinking. Do we want some texture paste?
That's Mandy, the round ones.
Okay, so we've got some texture paste. And I'm just going to see... these are just my stamps on a book ring, separated by acetate, which seems to keep them quite nicely. I don't really want to open another one at this stage. I think possibly that one there. Yeah. And we're just going to do just a little bit of texture. I've put this, it's like a paper bag, because it does actually stop it from drying out, which is really, really good tip, because this stuff isn't cheap, and if you don't use it that often, then you can end up with it drying right out on you. Okay, so I think I'm not gonna go overboard. I'm just going to put a little bit here and there, just to add some interest. Not sure I'm gonna like it, but don't know, do you, until you play. Okay, and again, just push this down, literally squash it down. I've had this stuff for a good 12 months now, and I haven't had any problems with it. What you do need to do is wash up your stencils straight away, mind, because if you leave it on, it's not a pretty picture. One of the things I do love about this technique is that you can see here it starts to absorb the colour of the background, and that's without putting any additional colour on there, which I absolutely love. I don't like necessarily the, you know, the white, real stark white look, so these I think are pretty cool. And you can see it more with the orange. Really, really like that effect. Okay, so I have given them a little bit of a hand with them drying, but I'm going to actually leave them to dry completely overnight. And then what we're going to do is we are going to decide on a centerpiece. We are then going to attach that probably with some either acetate or plastic packaging. And we may do a little bit more embellishments, and then we're going to back these and kind of cover all of our bits and pieces. Now, you can either back them with perhaps some book pages if you're not planning on using them as a writing spot, some coffee dyed or tea dyed paper if you want to use them as a journal spot. You know, again, you can use these, they can either pop into a pocket or attach to a, actually attached to a book page, or you can use them as belly bands. So I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do with them. Perhaps once we've finished, I'll get a bit of a feel for it, and we can kind of go from there. So I'm going to be back in a couple of minutes with you, and it's going to be tomorrow for me. So I shall speak to you soon. Okay, so everything has dried nicely, very nicely, and as you can see, I really do like the fact that it's taken on that additional tone. Okay, so what I've done since yesterday, while I was waiting for all of this to dry, is we have chosen a few bits and pieces that might look quite nice with this setup. So a couple of pieces of ephemera and a few other bits and pieces, and I have already just made some back-ends for the acetates to go in the windows, and I've attached a couple of those things already. So yeah, so I'm just going to show you those now. So I went with this bee for this orange one here, and that is gonna pop on there like so. So even though I didn't want it like all what's the word, pretty and flowery and what have you, I still wanted there to be an element of I don't know, kind of Tim Holtz in the overall piece. So I'm just going to now position this and pop that on there like so, and then we will have that dry on the back, and we will then be in a position where we can back this. So yeah, I really do like that, and I may put a few other bits and pieces of ephemera just to tidy that up a bit. Now, the next one I did was this one here, and I wanted to use one of the almost like a clock dial face from the new Tim Holtz range. So I really liked the way that looked in there. So again, I am just going to glue that in place. It may be too much here, but I can always pick off any bits and pieces afterwards. So I'm going to pop that in there like so. I'm just going to turn that over actually so it does dry without sticking to the back sheeting. Okay, like so. I have also just gone around the edges of each of these pieces, the windows, and just put a little bit of ink around there just to add a little bit of definition. So that will be that one, and as I said, I will add to that again, so I'm just going to pop that over there to dry. Now with this one here, I've gone with, again, another one of the new pieces of the Tim Holtz. Now this is a square one, but I like it. I like almost the quirkiness of it being a square piece in a round hole. So that is going to go on this one here, like so. Okay, and I'm just going to let that one dry as well. Probably shouldn't put them all on top of each other if I'm wanting them to dry. Now with this one, I hemmed and hawed and I pulled out a load of bits and pieces and thought, oh, what do I do, what do I do? But I actually decided in the end to go for like a steampunky type look. And these will sit on the acetate, but they won't actually have a piece in front of it, obviously, because they are dimensional. So that is that. Got a mark on that now, which I just want to try and get off. Okay. So again, I'm going to do exactly the same with this. And I'm just going to pop this over here like so. Okay. So again, I'm going to let that set, and I will probably add some additional elements to these. I don't know yet how or what, but oh, excuse me, but there is an option for that as well. And the same with this. I kind of thought I could build up some little bit of a clustery type thing, but we'll see once they're dried. At the moment, all I want to do is get them dried, and then I will get them backed. We can ink around them, and then see what they look like. But yeah, I'm really pleased with how these are coming along. Let's see. Got to start. Can't leave alone. Yeah, really, really pleased with how these are coming along. With this one here, I did think about possibly stitching something on as a label, folding it in half, inking it up a little bit and then sewing that on quite scruffily as a label there, but I don't know what I think of that yet. Not sure I like it, but yeah, we'll come back to that once these are dried and once we can move on to the next step. So see you shortly. Okay, so I've got some coffee dyed card. It's not really heavy stock card, but it's heavier than the normal cards, the normal copy paper. So I'm going to attach these, and then we can cut them and let them, or see what they look like. Now I'm going to go quite close to the edge here because I don't want them peeling off at all. And yeah, and we can always then pick up on any bits that need touching up later. Okay, so this is going to be my first one. And I really am pleased with how these have come out. They're not my, done that wrong. They're not my style at all, but I really do like them. Sorry, I've done that wrong because I'm not even thinking about it. I'm just rushing ahead as normal. What we need to do is get a hole in here and then we can reattach this over that hole so that we've got still our specimen kind of look. Should be fairly easy to match up because it's the same size hole. Okay, there we go, that's better. A little bit of moving, but yeah. Okay, gonna do the same with the next one. Okay, so I have cut all of these. I'm just going to round the corners on them. Okay. Okay. So I'm just going to grab some thread. Okay. So just a bit of black thread that I might use with some of these. Okay, so let's have a look. Let's do the pink one first, I think, because that's nice and easy. We've got a piece here, which I'm going to just quickly go around here. And there was another two little pieces. Quite like the one. So Okay, so I'm going to attach this one first. Like that. And I am going to, I never know how people do this. I always like the look of it, but I never know how they get it all on there. You know, scruffy and what have you. No. I think that'll do. If it doesn't, then that's okay. Where's that gone? Yeah, perhaps I need to watch a couple of videos on that one to see how that's done. And I'm just going to go around the edge. Do you know what? I'm going to hold that for 5 because I think I'm going to go around it with the black to make it more standouty. Okay, this one here, I didn't want an awful lot on that, but I did want some bits and pieces, so. Okay, I don't use this one very often, but I'm gonna just go around the edge. It's a new thingamabobby, so yeah. Brilliant. That is definitely what I was wanting to achieve, rather than the brown. Awesome. And I probably won't need any thread around the edge, stitching around the edges now. Gosh, I don't use the black very often at all. You can tell that because it's still really, really, really juicy. But I do like it a lot. Really just, I think, sets the cards off. Love it against the blue one. Really love it against that blue one. Okay, just pop that over there. So we have got 4 cards. I don't know how well you can see them against the messy background. I was going to put some spots of gesso on, and I think I might still do that. So I'm just going to cover these pictures or these images up first. Got another one somewhere. So I'm just going to cover those up first. And then I'm going to try it on one of them and see what it looks like. So I'm going to get my scruffy multi-purpose acrylic block. I'm going to put a little bit of gesso on there, not too much. I'm going to add a little bit of water just to thin that out a bit. Okay, so yeah, I've done that. I have now got gesso all over the place, so yeah, definitely don't cut corners and use a splat box if you've got it, because like I said, it's all over the place now, and I just wanted a little subtle look. So this here is the obviously the orange one, and I've used a bee in there. I can use that as a belly band, or I can use that as a journal card, or I can use it as a bookmark. You can add a nice little charm or something on that, but yeah, really happy with that one. I'll trim that off there. Then we have got this one here, which again, you can use it for the same purposes. Lots of journaling space on the back of that. If you want to put some stitching around, I'll probably go over the backs of them with the black ink just to pull all of that together. The pink one, again, because of the whiteness of that, I'll probably use that as a belly band. If you want to kind of keep that doesn't matter because it kind of matches that, but you can always put an image back to back so that you can use it as a, both ways. And this one here is the kind of like the steampunky-ish version. So for journal cards, belly bands, bookmarks, whatever you want to use them for, with some mixed media. Really, really pleased with how they came out. So yeah, I hope you like them. Yeah, that's it for me for today. Hope you're all well. Hope you all stay safe. And until we catch up again, bye for now.